let's just start breaking it down. We'll get the stats here in a second. But to start the day off, we've got New York taking on the Ultra in our first matchup of the day. This was for top 3. Ultra struggled a little bit. And honestly, from what I see from the Ultra team, it kind of looks like they got put into that post-event win doldrum. It always happens to people. People are gunning for you. People are looking at the top. They're like, okay, how do we beat these guys? They came out. They get 3-0 slammed by New York. Dylan, so my biggest thing with the Ultra I want to talk about is that every single match, or not every single match, but whenever they started playing those top 4 teams, one of the players on the team would have a bad map, and it would really bring the rest of the team down. Yeah. And we saw it today. We were talking about Dylan. We were soloing out Dylan in our series because he had, like, what, I think a 0.6, 0.67 or something like that. And then Jamie today also had a bad series against New York. Yeah. And that just can't happen. Whenever you're playing those top 4 teams, you can't have bad series like that. The map set was Rio, Karachi, Invasion. And those were the only 3 maps that really got played. I mean, they were the only 3 that got played. Yeah. It went to a 6-5 in map number 2, and it went to a 3-2 in the control. So close 2 and 3, but we'll get those stats pulled up here in just a moment.
Well, I mean, let me just put it bluntly. Ultra looked like the worst of the 4 teams this weekend. Like, yeah. I think the only players that Scrap played out of his mind. I mean, you got to tip your hat to Scrap. He's still lights out. Kleenex played well as well, but yeah, I think inconsistency, mostly from Envoy, but from inside as well. Knowing Ultra and their team culture, I don't think they let their foot off the gas. I just think other teams caught up. I mean,
I agree.
I think they were a step ahead, and then I think Faze, OpTic, New York. New York obviously just had I feel like their first event was a fluke. I mean, that's not a top 12 team by any means, and
here we go.
I just think Ultra came out flat this weekend. Kind of like I said prior to the weekend starting, I feel like any top 4 team can compete with the others, and it's not like these maps are. I mean, 6-5 in Surge, 3-2 in Control. They were close maps, so Ultra are still right there, but they are not the front runner, S+ tier team that they were in Major 1.
Yeah, and do you think, again, I said it, but do you think it's because they win that first major? Do you think it's more so teams are gunning for them, or do you think the teams just caught up? Maybe Ultra figures out the game the fastest?
You have to think how much time there was between Major 1 and this event. I mean, it was a 5-week online qualifier. There was a break between Boston and the start of those qualifiers.
So it's like 2 months.
It's been 2 months since Ultra won. Yeah. And just by default. So, of course, teams are looking at what Ultra are doing, but also every team just caught up. Every team's starting to play the same. The breaks look the same. The pinches look the same. And then at that point, talent shows up on any given day.
And I feel like a lot of people underestimate that. The game has changed completely. Thank you, Study, for pointing that out. The game has changed completely. We're looking at new spawns. We're looking at a new pace. I mean, really, it's a completely new game, and 2 months is a long time. We're going to see something similar here from Major 2 to 3. Because now we got 3 weeks break, and then it's another 5 weeks into a final major.
Yep.
So we're looking at another 2.5 months until our next major. People caught up. My main thing with the Ultra was consistency. It's just consistency between their players. It's Dylan Envoy at the end of the day, man. That kid is a shooter.
Yep.
They replaced Hixie for him. I think it's next major, Toronto's going to come out, and I don't think they're going to look the worst out of the top 4 teams next major. And that's kind of how it always is in Call of Duty. One team goes up, they win a tournament, next major, sometimes they fall flat. It is so incredibly hard to not only win, but win 2 times in a row and even get into that top 2. Yeah. It's very hard. And that's why Faze is so impressive, because they do it so damn consistently. They always find themselves.
I truly believe that these top 4 teams will be the top 4 for the rest of the year. I would genuinely... And obviously upsets happen, but I mean, just look at this weekend. We thought Vegas was the front runner to have upset potential. Same with Thieves. Thieves bow out top 12. Vegas loses to Carolina.
You can't call this shit,
Come
man.
land, the only thing I'm confident in saying is the top 4 is the top 4. And I think it was apparent this weekend.
Yeah. Toronto, they get 3-0'd by New York. Obviously, they end up bowing out in 4th place. And the next up, we got to talk about the OpTic versus Faze winners final. Really,
very close maps in that one.
It's unbelievable. I mean, you look at this series, bro. The chat is just talking so much shit. And obviously, we have 100,000 viewers over there. People are going to be talking shit, right? But I feel like people aren't watching the fucking matches.
Well, no, I mean...
Because they're acting like it's a fucking blowout. Yeah, we lose 7-2 map count to Faze during the tournament, but they're acting like it's a gosh darn blowout, Zin.
I mean, Invasion, we were down 100-5. 6-5 terminal, thank fuck. 0.1 seconds in the Invasion control. Abeezy, map 4.
Hey, what's up, Hector, man?
Know what I mean?
Dap me up, man. It's all right, man.
Sorry, brother.
Don't let it get you down, man. The boys look fucking fantastic. But yeah, the first map, we get a very slow start. And that's kind of something that we've been talking about. We can't have those slow starts. Whenever you're playing a team like Faze, it's kind of a cliche to say, but their guns were red hot when they came into this series. I mean, those boys were fucking shooting to start off the series against us. I don't know what it is, man. I really don't. Because, yeah, we come out a little bit slower in that series, and yeah, I think it does bite us in the ass because we bring that Invasion back from, like you said, 100-5. And if that first map goes differently, the whole layout of the series changes as well. We just got to get better at coming out. We got to get better at coming out hot, man.
I also feel like individually, just to say it bluntly, it's like some players had super hot starts on some maps, some players had super slow starts, and they brought it back. The thing with Faze is I feel like you very rarely see a player start off struggling really bad.
Yeah.
Like you don't have like. I'm gonna call out Kenny, not because he was like 1-11. He ends up
Kenny,
positive, I think.
I don't know who was our best player this weekend.
It depends on the series.
I think it was either Kenny or Pret. I think both of them.
It was definitely
looked,
Kenny or Pret.
I think both of them looked
and honestly,
insane.
I think I might give it to Kenny.
You think it was Ken?
Today, Kenny.
Today it was Kenny for sure.
Today, Kenny.
The rest of the tournament, maybe Pret.
Yeah, but I think Kenny was our best player today. The plays he was making, like. I'm thinking bathroom invasion control, just going insane.
Yeah, so many clutch moments on that A point during the invasion. You are correct. Go back to that map number 1, Riley. I want to see how those stats panned out for the end. So yeah, Kenny started slow. He goes 30 and 28, 32 and 29. I mean, the slaying really isn't anything crazy. It's like it's pretty much neck and neck. It's really the slow start. That's all that I can boil it down to for some of these hard points because we had so many close ones against FaZe this weekend, man.
Oh, that's a fucking heartbreaker, man. I mean, we'll talk about the grand final when we get there, but that's a heartbreaker. I mean, I really don't know how to say that. I mean, we can go map by map, but I feel like every map was so close, and
then 6-5.
We threw some situations.
6-5 on the terminal. That was
a great map of Call of Duty.
We clutch up big time on the terminal.
That was a great map of Call of Duty.
And then we end up doing it again in the grand finals. We end up beating them in another round 11 on the terminal, and then Invasion Control. Invasion just didn't seem like our map this weekend.
No.
And it needs to be. With how much we were playing it,
we
needs
also
to
weren't securing defenses. I feel like we were always on a round 5 offense whenever we went round 5.
Yeah.
And like, for example, like that one where, I mean, FaZe hops the point with, 0.2 seconds left, and we're about to keep them off B. Like, and it helps them secure a tick or the point. It's just... I feel like FaZe was a slight step ahead of us. I think that goes without saying. And just more consistent across the board.
Right,
we also
here
need to broaden our map pool, I think.
Right here, I mean, yeah, people are going to point out Kenny. He has a 0.58 on the Invasion. But that's probably the only map today where he had a very bad map. Like, almost double negative. It's a bad one. But earlier, on the Karachi, he starts what? 0-11 or something. Then he ended up positive. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, the Invasion controls just... We couldn't win one. They were always close, but we couldn't win one this weekend, and I feel like that obviously comes back to hurt us in the end. And then map number 4 was a Karachi. Karachi again. It was just a close...
Well, that was a Abeezy masterclass. Abeezy goes on an insane kill streak, fountain, red. I mean, he was doing it all.
Even then, bro. The Shotzzy runs into P1 at the end of the map. He pops an insane 2-piece. He dodges a cruise missile. Like, so many things went right for us at the end there. The fact that we didn't win it was just an absolute heartbreaker because Shotzzy makes the absolute play. Isn't enough. They end up squeezing it out at the end. Abeezy, yeah. I mean, I feel like people talk about FaZe, dude. These kids are insane, man. They've been insane. They're the most consistent.
I mean, the FaZe trio went and picked up Draza from Thieves. So I mean, I think everybody was expecting FaZe to at least win one tournament this year. We talked about it before the season even started. Like, okay, that team's gonna win a fucking tournament.
Yeah.
And they come out and they win it this weekend.
Yeah.
I want to take a look at the New York series. I think the New York series. I enjoyed watching the New York series. I feel like we looked.
Someone said, "Why is Dashy struggling against FaZe this year?" I mean, dude. FaZe was it. Do you know how hard it is for a main AR to play well when you're just getting outplayed and out-rotated and they have the strong positions? Like, It's so fucking hard to play well whenever that's happening to you, and I feel like FaZe was just ahead of the game for the most part against us in the HPs.
And also, I think you guys are individualizing something that shouldn't be individualized. I think FaZe was simply the better team this tournament. And when you're getting outplayed collectively on the map, and first and foremost, they had the timing advantage. I think that goes understated a lot, is like you're kind of forced to play FaZe's game when they have those type of leads and when we're starting slow. Like you're at the mercy of the way they're playing. And it's like, I feel like the thing that's so impressive with FaZe is, they lose fights all the time. They're human. It happens. We saw, they're all going to lose fights sometimes. But it's like, I feel like they don't fuck up and make mistakes. I feel like you have to gun them out of their positions, and then it makes them look like they make mistakes. Like, I want to highlight the Skid Row again. Like, I think that Skid Row hardpoint we lost, we should have rotated at 38 seconds. Like, at some point, someone has to realize neither teams win here. They are spawning on the better side. We have to rotate.
Yeah.
And you
were pointing that out. I agree with what you were saying.
The second he spawned, I said that he has to rotate right now.
Yeah.
And then what happens? I mean, without a streak, you're not going to break P5. So it's like these tiny little things that compound on top of how talented FaZe is. You can't stop Simp from going on a 12 spree. That's just the fucking way it happens, man.
Once you get in the zone, these top players, man. Yeah. Once they're in the zone, it's very hard to take them out. And Simp, I mean, on that Karachi, he was going absolutely nuts. Oh, yeah, but I also want to point out, True just said it in the chat, guys, real quick here before we jump into the OpTic Texas versus New York series. The boys went 7-0, made it to the winners final through winners bracket, beat Toronto, albeit Toronto doesn't look super solid, right, in this tournament. They beat Toronto in the winners semis. They then make it to the winners final, and they lose by 26 points altogether in hardpoint. Like, it goes 6-5, map 2. It comes down to a 0.2 second contest.
Oh, are you addressing the people hating?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, listen.
It comes down to a 0.2 second
No, that comes down
contest.
to simple brain dead shit. I mean, two top teams duked it out. FaZe was better today. Once again, the top 4 teams will take turns beating each other all year long. I truly think that. That was simple. It's one team's got to win, one team's got to lose, and when we lose, everyone overthinks it and likes to fucking pull straws and say it's this guy's fault, this guy fucked this up. You win as a team, you lose as a team. And the better team won today, and it's really, it's not more complex than that. And everyone is going to go on Reddit and fucking, this all dashy. It happens, man.
Yeah,
they lost a close series.
They lost. It was a team effort today, really.
Yeah.
It was a team effort. There were moments where every player on the team, both teams, FaZe and OpTic, were both clutching up when they needed to, having big maps when they needed to. But people are going to run with it, and they're going to go nuts, and that's just the way of the road. But next up, this was a great series out of us. Again, New York, we play them in the online split, our final match of the split. We go to a round 11, game number 5. On LAN, we come out. We have their number. We beat them, and we play a sub-base hardpoint against them, which I thought was weird at the time. We're 4-0 on the map. I just didn't look at the map records. New York was 3-3 on it coming into it. So honestly, that map number 1, go to the map number 1 stats. It was the Pred show, man. Again, Kenny and Pred, dude. I mean, the kid went fucking nuts. 1.8 against New York on sub-base. Dude, He's very good. And also, we have the hill time stat now, which is very nice. We can't see that. We can't see that during the broadcast, obviously. But Brandon, he's sitting in that hill. He's the king of the hill. That's the term that he wanted us to coin it as. He gets 140 seconds hill time. Yeah, he goes 19 and 23, but he's facilitating. He's getting in the hill, letting AG do his thing. I mean, if you look at AG on the map, that motherfucker is not worried about getting in the hill at all. And that's similar to what we saw him do on, like, Seattle, for instance.
Hell's not for him, man. So somebody else get my time. I'm going to go get the kills.
AG.
But New York, Hydra had that insane map on Invasion. I was like, holy shit, there he is. Let's shut him down.
We'll get to that in a second.
I just think overall, similar to Major 1, to put it, I guess as simply as I could, I feel like it was just like Major 1, it was Ultra and FaZe in a tier of their own. I feel like this event, it was FaZe and OpTic in a tier. Like, I do think New York and Ultra, of course, will make it competitive, but I do feel like we had that slight edge on both teams this weekend when it comes to form.
Yeah.
New York's weird. I mean, everyone likes to talk individual stats, and it's like, use New York as an example on map 1. When you lose 250 to 150, you're getting out-rotated, you're fighting off bad spawns. Look, 3 players go negative. Hydra drops a 0.8. I don't see people saying drop Hydra. He costed.
No, I mean, but that's the OpTic effect. You're magnified. Everybody's looking at you, and if you don't perform, then people are going to be calling for you, and people are going to roast the shit out of you. That's just how it is, and really everything. But yeah, That's a good example. They don't have rotations. AG's just absolutely licking it, finding cuts on the map, and he drops a 1.8. It's these players are all very capable.
Yeah.
On any given map, putting in the right situation. But let's go over to map number 2. We saw some crazy shit happen on map number 2 today. Caesar, we actually take, I think,
that 3-piece grenade, dude. He put on strong arm like we're playing Ghosts.
Yeah, we take a what? We take a 3-0 lead on this map, and then New York just comes roaring back into it. It's the only map that New York end up taking off of us. And again, that's kind of the thing we've been talking about. Just when you work so hard to improve a game mode, search for us this split, when you work that hard to work on a game mode and you're putting all that extra time in and you're taking away, our hardpoint struggled a little bit this event. I mean, against Faze, not against New York. We beat them on both of them, but against Faze, couldn't win a hardpoint against them, and that's just kind of the way of the road. But New York beat us on this map number 2 here, 6-4. They won 4 rounds in a row.
Yeah, that was tough.
I mean, they win 4 rounds in a row, and then they get that 3-piece. And has a tough one here. He goes 3-8 on the other side. It's Hydra. I want to talk about Hydra on this map. Watching him on the mini, the guy was just finding every trade. Yep. His teammate would die, Kismet. It's always together. And that's kind of what I like to see from our team whenever we play Karachi. I feel like every single time one of our subs dies, the other one's instantly making a play on the other side of the map. On this one, they get the better of us. Hydra drops 11. Caesar drops 11. Good map out of them. Next up.
The only thing I remember from that map was Caesar's 3-piece grenade.
Oh, yeah.
He just puts on strong arm, throws a grenade. We've never seen him found 3 kills to end the map. So I think everybody's stealing that one. Also, Hydra's wallbangs I want to highlight all weekend long.
Yeah, chat.
Invasion, he had a wallbang for B and A from top palace. And then he had a wallbang bottom red to kill the guy going top ladder.
Chat, do you know how they threw that grenade? Let's pop quiz the chat really quick on their COD knowledge. Do you know how? Do you know how he threw that nade? Who was with us on the watch party?
Oh, they all watched it.
I don't know.
Ordnance gloves. There you go.
There they
go. You guys passed the quiz.
Well, you said that you didn't even know it was a thing.
Didn't have a clue.
And I'm not going to lie. I looked it up on Google.
But I'm also a one-dimensional gamer. I use my quick grip gloves. I've never even used marksman. I use my, whatever it is, dead silence, whatever, and I use EOD. And I don't change. And I only change my AR class when my chat spams me and says, that is not the right class anymore. And I say, all right, I'll change it. Until then, I'm using the same fucking thing every damn day.
I mean, they launched that fucking thing. Yeah. All the way from back satellite. It was from back satellite, and it hit our spawn car going into top third. Insane grenade. Next up, let's talk about, what was the third map? It was Invasion, right? Yep, it was another Invasion. We beat New York on it. That's a great sign. And again, Kenny, 22-17, leading the way. Well, Brandon technically leading the way, but 5K damage out of Ken. Kenny on Invasion this weekend, man. Absolutely insane. I don't really have much to talk about this map unless you do, Zen. I feel like we 3-1 him on this. Played it solid.
I kind of want to skip to the grand final. I feel like it's all everyone wants to hear about right now.
You guys want to hear about the grand final?
I mean, I think hardpoints, I think we were the second best hardpoint team here. Like, I feel like we beat New York in 2 of them. We just Faze had our number in hardpoint. And I feel like it was a mix of how well they play. Once again, they don't make mistakes. And individually, they just punish you. Like, Simp sets another record, goes on a 13 kill spree. Abezi's on a 10 kill spree. Like, when you don't make mistakes and you have talent like that, it just compounds and it fucks you even harder.
Yeah. Yeah, Riley, if you want to pull up the grand finals maps, we'll talk about the grand finals. Again, guys, this isn't really going to be a super long show. We're just touching on really the major things for anybody that might have missed throughout the day.
Well, can I start with map 1 and say that our junkyards, like our money hills, aren't money hills like they should be? Like, we should be getting
I agree. Our holds,
better holds.
Our holds on this map were the main reason why we lost. Our P3s and P5s. I mean, they got to be cleaner. They got to be cleaner.
Also, we need to have safer setups. And, like, I'm all for taking risks. Like, but for example, we actually have the winning P3 rotation on this map. We have a full setup, and we just get broke from the front.
And honestly, it's like it was a fucking absolute tweak fest at the end of the P2 for Faze. Faze was literally handing us the game at the end of that P2. The end of the map, the P2, when they were both bus running around like headless chickens, it was Simp and Abe. They were frantic.
Yeah.
Like the pressure was on. They were frantic. They end up beating us on that map because they break into a P3. That's our opportunity to set the tone right there, and we just don't capitalize on it. One good P3 hold, we're up 1-0 in the series, and that can change a lot. But I just want to talk about the slaying discrepancy here. I mean, we got heavily outslayed. And you don't see that with our team often. We have great slayers.
That's what's interesting about our hard points versus Faze. I felt like we were getting outslayed in all of them, and they were still close. So I feel like that's more of a highlight of our team is like with such a slay-heavy team, and like you have players like Pred, Dashy, it's like you expect us to never struggle in the kill comm. It's still a good thing to see. Like looking at it glass half full, that we're still playing series very competitively, even though we're not slaying. Like this, looking at the scoreboard, should have been quite a bit of a blowout. Like at least a 60-point win, and they win by 25.
This is the map where Simp goes on a 13 streak to start the map, and it was like 100-5, right? Like we are getting fucking blown out of the water. It looks like the grand finals is about to be super grim. They're shooting, right? Yep. And we always talk about maybe there's that loser's bracket advantage. You're coming from losers. You're playing a series closer to the grand final. The team that goes through winners is sitting on their hands. Wasn't the case here. Simp goes on a 13 streak, going absolutely ballistic. We come back and we almost win this map. And if anything, if we could start a little bit hotter in these HPs, man, I have so much faith. If we could start hotter in the HPs and lock down our holds whenever we have the advantage and not push out on those positions and get blooded and allow them to pinch, it's a lot easier said than done, but our holds on this map were really what costed us. Yep. We ended up losing, 250 to, 225?
224.
Something like that. Yeah, 250 to 224. Just got to lock down the holds a little bit better, specifically on the P3 and the P5. I also want to point out, on the P2s, I don't think we won a P2 rotation against Faze all day.
Oh, no, we didn't.
We didn't. They had P2 Barber Hill every single time, and they were getting good holds on it. It almost lost us the game, but again, they kind of trolled and gave us an opportunity on the P3. But that's all I got for map number 1, Zin, unless you got something else.
No, map 2 is as close as it gets again. It's a 6-5 win for us. It's sort of a repeat of the first series in the winner's final. Pleasant surprise to see the boys taking out Faze on Terminal Search. We all said we were a little bit worried about it. I kind of like our form. I feel like we adapted pretty well. Some of those rounds got sketchy, like, oh man, like when we hit out B with no smoke and we make it work. Ant was finding timings. Draws makes that crazy play running like underplane, or was that in the winner's final? This one I forget because we saw it literally back to back essentially. Draws makes a crazy play, runs from bottom terminal to underground red. Both teams I think are great on this map. We saw a 3-piece grenade from Ken.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this was the weekend for 3-piece grenades.
I mean, the amount of new shit that we saw, talk about the 3-piece grenades.
Starting to bring it out.
The 3-piece grenade from
Starting to bring it out.
The wall bangs from Hydra on the control, or on the invasions, on the invasion searches. The wall bang from Hydra whenever Kleenex is trying to climb up the ladder and he shoots him through all of bottom red. Like, we're starting to see some shit come out. You're seeing teams double nade from bottom metal steps into library. We get a 3-piece from it. Yep. Yeah, I'm very happy with this. Talk about really improving a map. We were 2-6 on this map coming into today, and we're playing it at the end of a tournament. And again, that just speaks volumes to our veto process. And I feel like I love the way we were picking our maps and what maps we were playing this tournament. Because typically you look at a team, right, 2-6. You're like, there's no way they play a terminal search. I was even a little bit apprehensive of us playing terminal search when I saw it coming up in the series, just because we haven't looked great on it. Besides the end of the second split, when we play New York, we play Toronto, start playing these better teams on it. But it just shows that we're confident and we're making decisions with confidence. And we end up winning round 11 both times against Faze.
And then we have invasion control.
That's all I gotta say.
Unfortunately, they had our number in invasion control. We had some attempts. I mean, like I know everyone's talking about Shotzi's team kill on the 8-point at the end. Kind of an unfortunate one because you're both preem in front and waiting for him to chow. He chows. Shotzi accidentally team kills.
Map 3, Riley.
So yeah, I mean, map 3 was close. Ken drops a 1.5. No, you're good. Ken drops 1.5 once again. I mean, he's talking individually. Like, look at the slang. 3 players positive for Faze. Granted, I mean, 0.8, like, look at a 0.88, for example. Everyone's like, oh, he dropped a 0.88. But, dude, he went -3. He went 22 and 25.
Who, AG?
Yeah.
Oh, who gives a fuck about that?
No, that's what I'm saying.
We had an opportunity to win that game.
It's like the slang looks insane, but we were right there. Unfortunately, they had our number on invasion control.
At the very end of the game, we literally had a chance to win the game. It comes down to one set of kills. Whenever we triple stack the point, Who cares about stats? Like, on a map like Invasion, you could get cut 6 times. If you break out 1 time and get a clean 4 dead, all of those 6 kills, as long as you're not feeding streaks, really don't matter. We end up getting 2 streaks on the map. They have 1. I feel like cruises was probably one of the biggest things just from watching the overall tournament that teams need to kind of work on. I feel like we saw a lot of rogue cruises. And
Ant's cruise was kind of bad too, just to put it blunt. Like,
that's kind of what
I'm not sure if Ant, like, I don't know the timing of it. It looked like our guys were already dead when he called it, and we had no map control. On a map like Invasion, I said it on the watch party, it's like you're really only using the cruise for info, unless you're using it on defense and you have them trapped and you're trying to delay time.
Yeah.
On offense, the only thing you're really doing is playing for information. I mean, you're going to call it in, they're going to run into Mannequin, they're going to run into Cafe, they're going to be stacked in point. And we kind of called it in and didn't really gain anything from it. So going forward, I would like to see our cruises a bit more coordinated, because I do think that one was a poor one.
I just feel like the timing of the cruises were bad. And I'm not saying from us, chat. I'm saying from every team we watched this weekend. There were so many cruises that we were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Or we'd be like, why are they cruising now? They should, like, and again, it's very difficult in the moment. It's hard to speak on because whenever you're pushed out, like if you're the most pushed out, you're not going to cruise because you have to hold the cut. But I feel like people are going to go back and look at some of their cruise plays throughout the weekend. I feel like on this map, we're gonna take a look at our cruises and see if that was a correct time to use them, honestly. But it comes down to the wire, 3-2, comes down to a last-second cap. We're 3 stacked on the point. They end up clearing us out. Another nail-biter. Again, man, it's just all these maps were so freaking close. We lose the Invasion. Next up, map number 4.
Skid Hardpoint. I sound like a broken record. We should have rotated on the Barber Hill. It was a tie game. Neither team could win. We essentially sort of gifted Faze the win, I think. I mean, as soon as Ken's also dies off that 4th spree, we were kind of reliant on him.
To a team nade.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of reliant on him getting a streak because, I mean, I knew it right then and there. I knew we were not breaking P5. It's so hard to break hills on Skid Row. I think our P2s needed to be cleaner. And, yeah, we needed to rotate earlier. I mean, Faze simply capitalized on our mistake, I feel like. If our player who spawned up mid, I feel like it was just probably so hectic, and Faze was fighting heavily through tunnel. We were like, flood hill, flood hill, flood hill. Right there, you fight 3v4, and if you go down 230 to 200, you still win off P5. So,
dude,
I don't want to keep repeating myself. We got to rotate better.
The team nades, man. The last 2 years, I swear, we've been team nading the shit.
About it.
Team nading the shit out of each other. It was Ghosty last year. This year, Ken's on a cruise, on a 4 streak to get the cruise. It's really our only chance back in the game after we decide to not rotate from the Barber Hill over those P5 crates, and we get team naded. Again, you can't see. We don't have a crystal ball. We can't see the future. But if he doesn't get team naded there, maybe gets a free kill on someone hitting old, bait somebody tunnel, that could be the break that we need to win the map. It's really hindsight. It really is, but shit like that, it's one of those little things in Call of Duty that can just come back to bite you.
I don't even want to talk about map 5.
Well, I want to point out one more thing about our map number 4 on Skid Row, because we did it multiple times throughout the weekend. Our P2 breaks are probably the best in the league. We did it so consistently, and without our P2 breaks, we might be losing this map by a significant margin. Yeah. I feel like we're relying a lot on that P2 break, and if we can start rotating a little earlier, getting to that hill first, and not relying on the brakes could help us out quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because we saw a lot of P2 breaks that had to come through, and we just can't rely on that.
Yeah.
But a good Skid Row, another insanely close map. Faze has a great hold towards the end of it. They hold a clean 50 seconds. Draza is playing his life back crates well. They do their thing, man.
Map 5, we give it way too many first bloods, and luckily we were able to win some 3v4s. The boys go clutch, but especially versus a team like Faze, any of the top 4 teams, you can't die in the first 10, 15 seconds. They're going to capitalize more often than not.
Yeah.
Like, you can't rely on these 3v4s or these 1v2s or these 2v3s. Like, you need to have all the guys together. And I feel like we were kind of just getting picked too easily on Rio, and that's what stood out for me the most. I mean, 2.0 for Abizi, he goes 10-5. Shotzi, he goes 9-9. To speak on Shotzi individually, once again, I've said this a lot. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. When he's getting the first bloods in the 2 pieces, he's praised as a hero. When he's dying, it's what the fuck, Ant, slow down, stop getting blooded. His play style is one of those things where he's forced to take risks, and it's very easy to point the finger, but his play style is very influential. And when it is going well, it's the reason why so many people love watching him. So yeah, not much to say there.
I agree with you. I think I would have liked to see a little bit more tandem out of the subs on this map. Felt like we were pretty separated throughout it, getting first blooded. Yeah, I want to know the stat for how many times we got first blooded on this Rio, because
I think
it felt like every single round we got first blooded.
Someone said 9 first bloods to our 1.
Yeah,
we got 1 first blood. We got first blooded 9. We fought.
Oh, it's right there. Beautiful.
We fought 9 rounds, 3v4,
and we kept it close. It goes 6-4. I mean, we were winning 3v4s a lot. It's just we just can't get blooded that much against FaZe in a grand final down 3-1.
What if we got bloods just 2 more times than that? Like, it's so important. It's so influential versus teams like FaZe. They do not make mistakes. I feel like that's the reason why they've been so consistent, is because everyone knows they're talented. I mean, a bear shits in the woods, but they don't make mistakes. They don't give you any freebies. It's so rare.
Yeah. Again, I think it was a lot to build on from this event. It's not the result that we want. Obviously, if you're not first, you're last. Word to Ricky Bobby. I know a lot of people live by that in the Call of Duty community, but again, got to show props to the team. I feel like they worked on their map pool a lot throughout this major. I feel like they added some new maps into it that they can keep on building on. I'm excited to see what they bring for Major 3. They have a flawless split online.
That was a great final. I mean, I know 4-1 looks like, wow, FaZe smoked them. But they were close maps. The boys played well. I think we all won getting to see an OpTic FaZe final nonetheless. Like, I think there's few things better in the Call of Duty community than getting those 2 teams duking it out. So Major 2 was a fun one.
They're asking for that cream pie.
Yo, pause, chat. You guys are fucking odd.
They're asking for that cream pie.
They're begging for that cream pie.
I should have got you while we were on the fucking watch party, but we were in finals. I don't want to ruin that type of vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to do that. But,
what's next? Thin Ice?
No. Next up, we're going to be doing our Team of the Major.
Ooh, our Team of the Major. Well.
Oh my gosh, we can actually hear our fucking transitions.
That's the first time in forever.
Yeah, we got our Team of the Major. We got to build it.
I'm going to start. I'm going to go with Simp.
Yeah. Clear. Clear.
I mean, he's the MVP. He went absolutely insane.
Clear.
You got to tip your hat
MVP.
to Chris Lair. I mean, he's been honestly dominant since he joined the league. He's one of the best players of all time. Hats off to Simp, yet again, proving why he's one of the best of all time.
Yeah.
Not much to say there. He wins the finals. He's turning up in the finals. He's setting new records. I'm pretty sure he re-broke his record with a 111 kill series in 5 maps.
That's insane.
Like, so, what else can you say about Simp, man? He's going above and beyond.
Yeah, Simp, the kid's unbelievable. He had a great event. MVP of the tournament for a reason. I think if we did our own MVP of the tournament, Simp. Yep. It's kind of hard to argue with him. Riley, do we have stats or no?
He was insane.
Yeah, Simp went nuts. All right, next up. Would you like to go again, or would you like me to take this one?
Yeah, sure, Kenny.
What do we want? Wendy's. Wendy's nuts hit your face?
Got him.
Hey, there's a laugh.
Got him.
How are the boys? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, next up it's Kenny. I mean, this guy, man, these 2 new additions to the team, holy shit. I mean, really both of them, dude. Kenny had an unbelievable event. He was, again, he was our best player today.
He was going so clutch. I mean, that's what stands out the most for me. It's like I feel like we were just able to rely on him in so many situations.
Yeah, Kenny was unbelievable. He has a lot of clutches whenever we need him in the respawns. He was just unbelievable this event, man. He had a great invasion map number 2 against FaZe. If we would have won the tournament, he probably would have been my MVP of the tournament if we would have won. But again,
100%.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
100%.
It would have been Kenny for me. Next up, ladies and gentlemen.
You got this one.
Well, let's let the chat talk about it a little bit. Chat, who do you guys think we should throw on the team?
Well, I think the biggest question mark for me is if we put Scrap on it. Because individually, Scrap was still fucking crazy.
Scrap had an unreal event. Like, it's like fucking, you know, what's something that's constant in the world?
The chat is spamming Scrap. Like, I feel like Scrap was playing insane. It is tough because they place 4th. I mean, New York places above them. So, I mean, yeah, we're looking for an AR.
Yeah, we got one sub, we got one AR.
So, I mean, it's Scrap or Cell, really. And it's like, what do you do here? Scrap individually crazy. Cell plays also crazy, wins the event. I feel like the edge does go to scrap or sell a little bit.
I feel like it would be kind of insane not to put sell.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
I feel like it would be kind of insane, but Scrap also had himself quite the tournament. But then we've got Dashy as well, who also had a great statistic tournament. We have Pred, who had a great statistic tournament. There's so many people that had great stats. It's very hard to differentiate and pick who we should put on our team of the major. But I'm down for Scrap, man. I think Scrap was the really... I mean, he was the one on Toronto. Well, Toby too. We can't disrespect Toby. Toby had a good event, but Scrap was the one on Toronto that was still consistently shooting, despite obviously not their wanted result. They get fourth.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I think we're leaking over. I think we can lock in Scrap. I think Chad kind of agrees. I've seen more Scraps than any other name, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm down for Scrap.
Guys, I've seen Drowse's bio.
What did he say?
Says CEO of OpTic.
Okay, well, did Hector see that?
I'm not sure.
Hector's not going to like that.
Yes, guys, I see the chat.
Hector's not going to like that one.
I've seen Drowse's new bio. He's claiming the CEO position.
All right, well.
They played well.
He did play well.
They played well.
What are you going to say? It's a little banter.
Prick.
But yeah, I think Scrap, clear favorite on our team of the week. Next up, we need one more submachine gun player, chat.
It might have to be a Beezy.
It might have to be a Beezy, dude. He had so many moments, but also Hydra and Pred. It's like, how the fuck do you pick one of those three? They all had such crazy events. You got to maybe lean towards a Beezy a little bit because they do win the tournament.
I think we give it to Abe.
I think we got to give it to Abe as well.
I think especially considering I think I can see the improvement. It's a
Beezy or Hydra for me.
I see the improvement from Abe compared to Major 1 as well. Like Abe, I will say, was a bit underwhelming in Major 1. And even through the qualifying stages a bit, Abeezy was back this weekend. I mean, Abe hasn't played well.
Been looking like a Beezy that we've known the past couple years, like the absolute demon, just slayer. We'll call him the demon slayer. This event, he was on point. We got to give credit to a Beezy, man.
Or I mean, we could kind of cheat the system here, and we can give it to Predator Hydra. Because when it comes to Cheez-It duos, I think that one's going to go without saying.
Oh, yeah. Well, we have our Cheez-It duos. The duo of the tournament's the Tiny Tears.
It's Simp and Beezy.
Yeah.
So I feel like we can kind of cheat the system here. We'll do Scrap, Kenny, Simp, and I think we can go with Predator Hydra.
I think we still say a Beezy and we put him on the Cheez-Its.
Fuck it.
It's
a Beezy.
Dude, they had such a good tournament. I mean,
Riley run it.
The Tiny Tears, they've been so fucking good throughout their careers. They're an incredible duo. I feel like it would be fucked up to not give a Beezy a shout on this list.
I agree.
And again, we have our Cheez-It duo. We pick a duo that really performed, and it's the Tiny Tears. It goes without saying. Those guys had a hell of an event. Well-deserved. They were talking about how much time they put in before the event. That trio has been incredible ever since they formed, and they add another chip onto their belt. It's all fair, man. We got to be fair. We can't be biased, man. We can't be biased. They had an unbelievable event.
Yeah. And, I mean, when it comes to Cheez-It Ultimate Duos, once again, shout out to Simp and Beezy. I feel like we're just repeating ourselves over and over. Like, I feel like we could just present this with just like an understood thing.
Yeah.
Like the sky is blue.
Yeah. What are you going to do? They won the event. They had a great fucking event.
They both went crazy. 13 spree, 10 sprees, clutches.
A couple honorable mentions, though. Pred, unbelievable tournament. Yep. I mean, Pred and Kenny, again, I can't stop talking about them. The new guys on OpTic, they really showed out statistically.
Scrap and Toby played well. I can't really think of a duo for New York.
I'm saying Dashy as well.
Yeah.
Dashy
Brandon played well.
Dashy coming into Sunday had like a 1.25. I don't know what he ended with, obviously, but he came in. We'll give a shout to Big Brucey. Played great. Who else would you say? Hydra.
Me and you put on a great show this weekend for the fucking fans.
That's fucking right, chat. W spam in the chat.
Yeah. Can we do the ultimate duos? Me, Seth, and then Bo's behind us. So like actually ultimate trios.
Yeah. But who else? Hydra. Big shouts to Hydra. He looked great this weekend. Had some moments. I mean, that invasion hardpoint against us. I mean, holy shit. He was going fucking insane.
Riley, get this off my screen. I'm tired of glazing them.
Yeah, I'm tired of glazing the bastards.
Congrats on the ultimate duos. I mean, those guys are absolutely insane.
I'm not done yet. Toby. Got to give a shout out to Toby.
Toby was playing well.
Old Toby played well.
Can we stop talking about the good players and let's go to thin ice so I can call people dog shit?
You want to go to thin ice now?
Go to thin ice. Welcome to Thin Ice.
We haven't talked about who we even want to put on Thin Ice, but I think it's pretty apparent who we're going to be putting.
Bring them up one by one.
OpTic fans calling for people to be dropped should be outed as fake fans. If anybody wants anyone dropped from our team, they're out of their goddamn minds.
You're out of your mind.
You're out of your goddamn minds. It was an amazing split. All right, who do you want to start with? Who's first on Thin Ice, Zen?
Am I picking a team, Riley?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's start with Boston.
Yeah.
Dog shit. Well, I mean, they're showing these glimpses of playing well, but
they're saying
just simply
Shotzi.
not good enough. Oh, dude, they're cracked.
They're saying, you guys are saying Shotzi?
Yeah, they're out of their minds.
What the fuck is wrong with you guys in here?
I mean, I have one thing to say is that Boston should not be this bad at search. I don't understand how the team is so bad at search. You have Slasher on the team who's been one of the best search players of all time. You have Snoopy who can make plays. Priest well-oiled. Asim's a solid search player. I do not understand how Boston is playing at a level below where they should be. I believe it's their fourth major in a row placing top 12.
They got to figure out search.
That breaks my heart.
It's the number one thing. They have to figure out their search. In this tournament, who do they play? They play New York. They also play MN. They get double bounced out. And the series against MN really sticks out to me because guess what? They lose a Neslo. They get Neslo'd out of the tournament.
Dude, they cannot win a search and destroy. I mean, it's simply, if you don't make a roster change, it needs to be a full-on overhaul of the way they think and play about search.
Asim safe.
That's the thing. I feel like Slasher should be safe too.
Asim safe.
But the thing is, they all played inconsistent. Asim probably played maybe the most consistent, but like Priesta had crazy maps. Slasher played well some maps. Same with Snoopy. There isn't like a standout one guy who I'm like, that guy's insane.
And even a one-person change. Like one person changes, sometimes it's just not enough. I mean, these guys need to figure it out and search and destroy. If they do stick together, their search and destroy needs to be looked at very, very closely. I have full faith in this team. If they do stick.
One of two things. Roster change or a full-on S&D revamp or overhaul and just change the system.
Well, they're playing that Slasher search.
They need to stop because they can't win one.
They're playing that spread the map.
I'm not even saying
like those ass cheeks.
I'm not even saying Austin's system is wrong, but that team doesn't do it well. It may not even be the system. It's just that team does not fit into that system.
With players like Snoopy and Asim, like both those guys are pretty hyper aggressive and playing pick search. I feel like it doesn't really benefit them. I'd like to see them get a little more aggressive, take some more risks in search and destroy. Playing that safe.
I want to see Miami, please.
Oh,
I don't mean to cut you off. Oh,
no, you're
man.
Good. But yeah, Boston. I mean, they just need to work on their search. Put a pin in it. Yeah, this team. Man, 0-12 map count. It's like the thing with this team is, I think it was I think they jumped the gun. Unless something was going on internally that we don't know about. Players were bashing heads. People were disagreeing. These guys jumped the gun on a roster change, in my humble opinion. 0-12 is crazy. And the problem is they go 0-12, but they also have a shit online split. They go 2-5 in the online split. After Major 1, they went 5-2.
That's a good point. This team's not even on thin ice. They've fallen through the ice. They are in the pond.
Yeah, these guys.
They're in the lake.
I mean, mentally.
It's done, man. 2 got to go minimum, maybe 3. And I don't know who.
That's fucking insane.
They're 0-12 on land.
3?
They haven't won a map.
You want 3 of them gone?
They haven't won a map. What do? They haven't won a single map.
Vickle safe.
Well, that's also Lucky. Also is playing well. If you're gonna keep 2, I think it has to be Lucky and Vickle right now. And Major 1, Metals was, I think, their star. So I don't know. Eric Boom on land played way better than online.
He did.
So I don't know.
And that's where
I don't know, but it doesn't make sense to me. This team should not be this bad. They're actually they look solid at times. I don't get how they're 0-12 map count, but yeah, they're not even on thin ice. They're through it. It's done.
Yeah, these guys, it's a mental thing at this point. If you're 0-12, you come into the event, right? You know, Call of Duty is a mental game at the end of the day. It's 90% mental. You got to be in the right mind space, right? They come into the event 0-6. They play us, winners round 1 at the last major. They get 0-3'd. They fall, they get 0-3'd again. This major, they play us again, first match. They get 0-3'd again, or 3-0'd. Sorry, I don't know why I'm saying it backwards. They get 3-0'd again, and then they fall. Who'd they play in their second match again? They played... Where is it? Where is it? I'm sorry, I'm trolling. It was OpTic versus Miami, and then...
Who was it? Vegas? Oh, Carolina.
It was Carolina.
It was Carolina.
It was Carolina. I'm sorry. My fucking PC just decided to not... I need to plug my PC in.
It's all right, man.
So I lost my notes. But yeah, it's a mental thing. They come in. They go 0-6 again. This team mentally is in the fucking dirt whenever they come to land. They could go 7-0 in the next split. They're going to come to land, and the only thing they're going to be able to think about is going 0-12.
I agree.
They haven't won a map. We're 2 majors in. They haven't won a map. That's unacceptable.
I think
go ahead
we're
and
just
point out some of those stats. And
no.
it's unacceptable.
We're done talking about them. They're 0-12. They have to completely dismantle the roster, or
I mean, Real.
I don't know.
Real's coming in.
Well, if they figure out his visa, that's one of the horseshit issues.
I thought it was figured out. Is it not figured out?
No, I don't think. No, I think they're still in the process.
Oh my goodness.
They actually might need Jimbo. Fuck it.
Well, Journey. Let's get him back in. He was playing good online.
Journey, dude, yeah, take the points where you can get them.
Let's get him back in.
But I feel bad because it's like you can tell how bad those guys want to win. Like they're like,
oh, of course.
Like they're so passionate, and it just sucks that it's not working. We kind of got to be objective. And I don't mean to be mean or an asshole, but like 0-12, it goes without saying, man.
Yeah.
The roster is not working.
0-12, you kind of forego your amnesty period of us giving you some benefit of the doubt. At this point, 0-12, it's kind of insane.
Who do we got here? We got Surge, we got Thieves. Who's next? Just show me a team, Riley. I don't even know who else we have on it. Oh, yeah. This is bad. It's bad because they looked good against the team that just won the event. They look good again. They should have beat Faze.
They should have.
This team should have beat Faze.
They should have been a 3-0.
Yeah.
They have a 5-3 lead. Again, woulda, coulda, shoulda in Call of Duty. Things happen so quickly. The time to kill's fast. Shit happens, right? 5-3 lead against Faze. They then go on to win the map number 3. Close but no cigar.
Afro, if this team is making changes, Afro's probably the first to go. I think Kremp has shown a lot more promise.
Kremp, I was impressed with Kremp this weekend. Yeah. I felt like he was making some influential plays, a couple clutch situations where he looked like he was playing the scenarios very well.
Someone said Nate Shot for Afro.
Let's bring in Nate Shot.
Someone said Nate Shot for Afro in their top 3. Nasty also was slaying this event. Ghosty as well. Like, I hate to point individually at a player, but out of all 4, I think Afro is the one to go. If they make a change, they see a lot more. Maybe they're confident going in, but
I did see, this is the hard thing about it, man. It's the hard thing is that I saw glimpses of hope for Afro. Afro has been a good player, man.
But it's not enough anymore.
The past couple of years, he's been a pretty solid player. Vanguard, he was good. Last year, I don't think he was.
We're halfway through the year. There's only 4 majors.
Yeah, no.
We're halfway through the year, and we're past the point where you can say there's promise. It's either you're winning or you're losing. So
Afro,
you're gaining CDL points or you are falling behind, and you're probably not going to make champs if things don't change at a rapid pace. So, unfortunately, glimpses or, this guy, he had a good map here, is no longer good enough. It needs to be super objective and harsh, really. It's what it is, and I see Thieves making a change.
See, that's the thing with Call of Duty, and it's so just disheartening whenever things aren't going right. If they win that series against Faze just won the fucking tournament. They could have 3-0'd them, and that's why Call of Duty is such a day-to-day game, and it's frustrating whenever things aren't going your way because any team can realistically beat any team. That's not entirely true. There are some teams that aren't touching Faze or us, or there's some teams that just aren't. But they were fucking 1 round away from going up 2-0, and then they end up winning the 3rd map. I mean, it sucks, but I feel like at this point, Thieves, they got to make a change. We didn't talk about their 2nd series, but they take on LAG in that 2nd series. LAG
looked good this event. I want to shout out LAG because I think it kind of goes a bit under the radar, and I didn't really think about it until I forget which player said in an interview. Their online split is pretty shit, and they come here and they play very well on LAN. So I owe an apology to LAG because I had them in my dog shit tier.
We had them last.
They were playing very bad.
We had them last.
Well, they lost to Seattle, and as soon as they lost to Seattle, they automatically fell at the bottom of the list because Seattle's the bottom of the list. So if you lose to Seattle, you then get moved below Seattle, which is impressive. But Estriel and Diamond Com went off on LAN.
Yeah, chat's already spamming it a little bit.
Assault also had a crazy series. I forget which one, but LAG had a surprisingly good weekend, and for that, I have to tip my hat and say congratulations. That's they didn't place top 4, but they played well, and that roster is safe for now.
Yeah, if you're getting top 6, again, the discrepancy from these top 4, if you're getting 5th, 6th, and you're not a top 4 team, you're good.
I agree.
Like, you are fucking good. LAG and Carolina both exceed everybody's expectations coming into this tournament, and they only needed to win 2 series to do it. They string together 2 series. and they find themselves in the top 6.
Riley, we got Serge on here? No? Yeah, we're going to skip over Serge. What's understood doesn't need to be explained.
Yeah, Serge.
It's unfortunate. That roster's done for. It doesn't get, hate to say it, love some of those guys, but it's not it, and I'm sure they know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we talked about him before the event. What can you say? That one kind of is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, they just haven't looked good.
There's no point in beating the dead horse.
Yeah, I agree. Do you have any other teams you want to throw on thin ice, or are we good with that?
I think we're good.
We're good with that?
You ready to get that ass tapped in rapid fire?
Yeah, we're doing rapid fire. I also...
Dude, I'm not used to hearing
I'm not used to hearing this shit either. I still got to pie your ass in.
Okay, well, the thing is, it's going to be a little lame now.
I mean, would you rather me have done it during the grand finals?
They're going to say, yeah, you had 100K.
I know they're going to say, yeah, but it's like,
viewers.
Think logistically about it. You want me to pie the fucker during the grand finals, OpTics in finals? Against Faze? You want me to pie him then?
I mean, 120K viewers compared to now. I'm about to watch you walk up to me with it and just...
I'm about to walk up to you fucking like this. I'm about to walk up to you.
Honestly, no bullshit.
We might have to put a towel down for this couch.
We might need to just... And I'm not trying to avoid it because...
You're getting pied.
Well, I feel like for the viewers' sake, we're better off saving it for stage 3 when I'm not expecting it. It's up, Chad. It's up to you guys.
Yeah,
I just feel like as a surprise, it's so much cooler. I'm about to stare at him walk up with a pie. Like, you know what I mean? It's up to you guys.
Stage 3 is winning by an absolute landslide. So
really?
You are safe. And that's actually so clutch because this is an Airbnb, and I did not want to get cream all over this couch. So thank you, chat, for saving us. We are going to run rapid fire, though.
Let me just say out loud, though.
We're going to run it again. You know we got to do it. We got to have some fun on this fucking show instead of roasting people.
I'm sorry about this. You have to blame him. It's his fault. He had all weekend to do it, and he bottled it. Just saying.
Dude.
He bottled it.
It had to be Sunday.
Don't argue it.
It had to be Sunday. It's the hypest day. It had to be Sunday.
Don't argue it. Just know, I, of course, had no say in when I'm getting pied. But stage 3, make it epic for him, please.
Oh yeah, you're getting sneak attacked like a fucking great white shark coming from the bottom of the abyss, right up.
Make it epic for him. All right, I'm about to smoke your ass.
Oh, you guys are gonna lump me for that, dude? Come on, guys, dude. It's Sunday and we played every match.
I'm about to smoke your ass, son.
Besides the first match, which Toronto, New York, we played every match.
Guys, we have no 1v2. I don't think any player. I mean. We weren't getting anybody from the finals over here.
Yeah, no way.
Kind of tough given, the situation here. And
yeah, no way we could run. I mean, the 1v2, if we
were
won,
at the venue, it's different. But
well, if we won, we were going to have one of our boys come over.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. So
yeah, exactly.
That kind of
okay, you choose.
Put a
you want me to ask you first? Or
that's how much faith we had in our boys to win the tournament.
Wait, Riley, we have the wheel or no?
That's how much faith we had.
No?
All right, let's just run it 20 gifted. Shake my hand.
20 gifted. All right, good. All right, you choose because you're the most recent winner. Do you want me to ask you first or you want to ask me first?
I'd like to be asked first.
Okay. You guys know the deal. Welcome to Rapid Fire. We each have 10 questions for one another, randomly drawn from Riley. They're put 1 to 20 and then selected via a random number generator to assign them correctly that way, trying to avoid this rigged game where I've been fucked over plenty of time now.
Invite Sal. What do you guys want us to sit here? 15, wait for Sal?
I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, go, and on go, there's going to be a 60-second countdown. I'm going to start asking him questions. Ladies and gentlemen, 3, 2, 1, go. What trio trails only the COL Dynasty for most top 3 placings in COD history?
Faze trio.
Yes. How many consecutive losses do Miami Heretics have on land this season?
4. They're 0-12.
Yes. What player set the damage record through 3 maps with almost 16,000?
Scrap.
Yes. What team has lost each of their past 3 winners bracket matches 0-3?
Miami.
No. Which player was offered...
Wait, what?
No.
Keep going.
Which player was offered a crumble cookie for each map win?
Teach.
Which former pro's name is associated with dropping a double donut?
Octane.
Lucky DM'd which player over body shooting, asking, is there a problem with your right trigger? Which team blew a 142-51 lead and lost a map 250-200? Which watch party host had the most correct predictions this split and tournament?
Bose.
Which player set the hardpoint kill streak record and how many kills did he earn?
Simp.
With how many?
13.
Wow. I just got 9 right. I'm fucked.
Dude, why am I fucking locked for that shit? And that was with music going in my fucking ears.
No, the thing is, because like you remember...
I usually don't have the music. Wait, what? Which one did I get wrong?
What team has lost each of their past 3 winners bracket matches 0-3? It's Vegas.
Oh,
Winners
I thought it was
bracket.
Miami.
No, winners
because
bracket.
I heard winners bracket. They're 0-2.
Chad, if you
They're
voted me, you might be fucked.
Fuck, bro.
All right.
I mean,
Go ahead. I'm
9
ready.
though. 9. I mean, does he
Go
have?
ahead.
Does he have 9?
I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Go ahead.
Riley, 3, 2, 1. Which player set the series damage record with 20,997 this weekend?
Skip.
Which team secured back-to-back top 3 placings for the first time since AW?
Faze.
No, us. Which team is
wait, what?
Which team is 9-2 against LA Thieves and 37-101 against every other team?
30 LAG.
Yeah. Which player tweeted GG's Thieves 131? Go fetch some dope on the plane ride home.
Assault?
Yep. Who said that they have been giving Miami too much respect?
No idea.
Pred. Who used the wallbang spot to get several kills on invasion
Hydra.
search? What player clutched the 1v1 using a streak but ran out of time to defuse the bomb?
Fellow.
Which player set the KD record in hardpoint, hill time, and lowest deaths?
Purge.
Yep. What pro is placed in T6 and 13 different COD titles?
Fuck, who is it? Clay?
What
Clay.
two maps are being added into rank play for the testing?
Vista and Departures.
I mean, you're beat.
Damn, I lost within the first 2. Wait, who set the damage record?
Draws.
Was
the new CEO of OpTic.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I bottled it, man.
I
bottled it.
Fucking moron.
I bottled it. There you go. 20 gifted. I'll give them to you now.
All right. You're going to give them to me right now?
Why not?
Wow. How would we be so lucky to receive 20 more?
Oh, man.
20 more gifteds. How could we be so lucky to receive these from Zinni?
Simp did technically break the record, but either way I lost.
Either way I lost. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, now we're going to open up the forum to you guys. Any questions that you guys have, call the community. Anything you guys want to ask us, please keep it somewhat respectful. I know we fucking lost. Holy shit. Nobody's getting dropped.
Yep.
Our team looks fucking amazing. Come on. Someone said, Scump, take notes. Buddy took the L with grace and sent the gifted. Are you serious, man? I always pay up.
You pay up eventually after you're asked for it. All right, let's see. What questions do you guys have? Do you ever see the Faze trio breaking up? That's an impossible question. We can't see the future. As of right now, my answer is no, but who's to know? Who's to know what happens going forward?
What does OpTic need to work on?
They just placed second. They lost to a very strong Faze team.
Nah, they do need to work.
Well, no, yeah.
It's consistency across the modes.
Well,
which is hard. It's a broad.
It's getting first blooded in search sometimes, in my opinion. It's more disciplined in search, and also better rotations in hardpoint.
Better rotations and holds.
Yes.
Yes. I feel like it's always a problem in Call of Duty. Once one game mode goes up, one goes down. That happened to us this weekend. It literally happened to us.
What is Lizard Juice? Wow. Unfortunately, you'll have to stay tuned to find that out a different time. My lips are sealed shut.
Someone said, do you think Pred was a good addition to OpTic? Was he a good addition to OpTic? Dude, he dropped like a 1.2 for the weekend.
Come on, man. Come on.
I mean... and here's the thing. With a player like Shotzzy, who is making the annoying plays, like you need that Slayer sub, and he's literally one of the best in the league at being that Slayer sub.
Yep.
It's like Hydra, him, Simp. Like, think about these Slayer subs in the league. I mean, I guess you could say Kleenex now that he has Envoy. But, like, these Slayer subs, like, he's one of the best. I think he was an amazing pickup. I think Kenny was a great pickup, too. I think Kenny's one of the best flexes in the league. I mean, I feel like our team right now is amazing. And anybody that's, like, upset with how our team looks is just faded. It's as simple as that. As simple as that.
Who replaces Afro? I mean, I really don't know. I mean, I have to look at the Challenger stats and see who played well in Challengers. Obviously, it's very tough to keep up with both simultaneously, but I think Gunless & Co. won Challengers. They reverse swept FaZe Black to win it, so congrats to Gunless. I think it's Gunless, Dak, 04. Is it Classic?
Yeah, Classic, 04, Dak, and Pierce.
Nice.
Do you think there's going to be more GAs after Hydra's wall spots?
I mean, those were crazy, but who knows, really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows?
Guess That Pro? No, again, guys, we can't do all of our segments because we just don't have the same setup that we have at home. So, no, we didn't do Guess That Pro this time. Was there a specific moment when you saw the series flip?
No, they were all close.
Dude, the whole series was so close.
I mean, once we went down 3-1, it was like, I mean, to win 3 maps in a row against FaZe is very tough, so they definitely had the likelihood of winning the event, beating us. But
the 3-1 was the dagger.
Yeah, I think I agree.
After going into that map 4 again, we were talking about it while we were doing the watch party. But whenever you get to that back half of the best of 7, that's whenever the other team really gains their advantage in the vetoes, like Rio S&D, high rise control. I'm not gonna lie, even if we beat them on Rio, I think we were losing the high rise.
Yeah.
That's like Faze's, dude. Every time we watch Faze play that map, they're winning offenses in like a minute.
Yep.
Or less than a minute. They're winning offenses in like 30 seconds. I mean, I try to stay optimistic, have faith, but like, yeah, that high-rise control was definitely scary, as well as the Rio, and we end up losing on the Rio.
Current MVP of the season, Simp or Scrap, probably. I think that's the current MVP of the entire season, halfway through.
Yeah, I think that's pretty safe to say.
Yep.
Simp or Scrap. Scrap was talking to Hex at the venue. Dude, you guys are hilarious,
Dude, you guys are tripping.
You guys are hilarious.
Out of your minds, man.
So it's like the paparazzi. They saw Scrap talking to Hector.
Out of your minds.
New Draza Scrap Twitter beef. Is that true, Riley? Are those fuckers going at it again? Dude, that was hilarious out of Draza. He said, "Where's that dick rider Scrap at?" Yo. That's actually comedy. Is there a team outside the current top 4 who you think could contest for a major? No, not currently, no. I think the top 4 are the only teams with a shot. Will there be any repercussions for Cell snaking against NY? I'm not.
No, I mean, no way.
Yeah, no.
No, I don't see. Scrap just replied saying rent free.
Is the league too top-heavy now? I think it's a mixture of the rosters that were formed and the game being played. Like, if these rosters were formed last year, I think we would have still seen some teams upset the top 4. Because last year's game was just a upset-prone game, like 100 HP, no dead silence.
But you were too busy dabbing up Dashy after you got slammed. Which team you want? God damn. Scrap is, I mean, Draws is out for it. He's out for blood. He's like a shark
is
in the
out
water.
for fucking blood.
God damn.
Holy shit. How does it feel to not play COD for 4 days? It's been a good break.
It's been a good break, but I'm ready to fucking fire up the stream from my home setup.
Yeah, I'm ready to be home and
I
just
do go home for Easter to
be
Jersey.
home, get some games in, you know.
Yeah.
Talk to Nade Shot, miss Nade Shot. Sam, haven't talked to Sam. We got a nice little squad, man.
Yep. Who won Major 2? Faze did.
Oh God, not more of them.
Damn, this is like,
dude,
OG.
look at our watch party set when we first started. Oh my God, how we have.
Wait, that's actually crazy.
We have come a long way. What do you think we need to do to activate Dashy? He doesn't seem to have the freedom he used to.
No, he's just playing a more selfless role now, and the team is playing better, and they're playing good.
Yeah. Now with AG on the team, as well as Ken, I feel like Brandon kind of.
He doesn't need to kill like
He's taking the backseat.
I agree.
He's taking the backseat. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was sitting in Hills for him before, so I was sitting in Hills a little bit towards the end. You don't think so?
No, you were.
Fuck yourself.
Oh man.
Now he's got AG running around the map, getting 15 seconds.
Yeah.
AG is very good at that. I'm not critiquing his gameplay. AG is the best in the league at that.
Yep.
But now Brandon's got to, play more like a main AR. He also has Ken, who's pushing pace a little bit now. Yeah, I think Brandon's play style right now is fine as well. Like, again, the team has been consistent. There's no, they haven't got that win yet, but they've still been consistent, and that's a good foundation to have. Consistency is great, It's
yeah. I'm starving.
What maps would you guys like to see them get rid of or add?
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Invasion Hardpoint. Get rid of it. Invasion Hardpoint. What maps you want to see go out? Invasion Hardpoint.
Invasion get out. I mean, that's pretty much my only. The one thing I really care about is Invasion getting out. I want Invasion gone.
Subbase. Hardpoint. Not the best. Pretty chaotic.
Yep.
Any other questions, guys? I'm looking for good, juicy questions. What's your ranking of Simp and Abizi all time? Oh, dude, I have no idea. They're up there. They're up there for sure.
Yes, I did, Owen. MVP for OpTic today, Kenny.
Kenny, yeah.
Kenny.
Do you think you would stream rank with the OpTic boys? Well, the thing is that they play at night. If they get on during the morning when we're usually on,
midnight, Dad.
Yeah, they get on after scrims, which is like 7 p.m. I'm usually on from like 8:30 a.m. until like 3:30.
Yeah.
So our schedules could not be further apart right now. If Octane doesn't retire, how different is the league? It'd be shaken up quite a bit. It wouldn't be as top heavy, I don't think. That's for sure. I feel like the distribution of talent would be out a little bit more.
How do we get Hotel added to the map pool? We got to just hope that they add it to private match. I mean, hopefully Vista's a good ad. I mean, Departure is being tested too. Nonetheless, I want Invasion gone. I mean, I'm tired of watching it. I feel like I've watched it 800 times since the season started.
Oh, yeah. So Owen just asked if we're excited for the softball game. We have an OpTic softball game on Tuesday when we get back.
Hell yeah.
So on Tuesday, I'll probably fire up the stream for a few hours in the morning and then go downtown and play a game of softball.
I'm not sure if it's downtown. I don't know where it is.
That sounds like a great day. I can't lie. A good way to ease back into the streaming, you know?
Yeah.
Little rank, little softball.
Now, guys, we're saving my cream pie for stage 3. Seth bottled it. Lump. Why no Scrapyard? That's not a good competitive map. It's like good for search sometimes, but not in this game, I don't think. Should winner's team get more vetoes in grand finals? No, I think it's as fair as it gets veto-wise right now. I mean, I think it should go back to 2 best-of-5s, personally. I mean, that's my wish.
Remember the sunscreen? I'm seeing the questions start to slow down a little bit.
S&D wins championships, fellas. I mean, that's goddamn right. We went out there, we won them things. I mean, hey, man. Once again, they are a very strong search team, all trolling aside.
Yeah.
What about Envoy? He's not going to... he's fine. He's fine.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it. We wanted to make this a quick little recap of Sunday of the tournament. So we hope you guys...
An hour and a half in, didn't we?
Hour and 13 minutes. That's right where we wanted it to be. So... Everybody, thank you so much again. I mean, unbelievable major overall. You guys showed so much fucking support for the watch party, for the team, really just everything, man. So thank you guys so much. You guys went absolutely crazy. Thank you guys, man. It was a great split.
It was a great watch party. A lot of fun. Unfortunately, the boys didn't win today, but thank you guys.
We don't get the win,
a lot of support. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you guys back in Texas, damn it.
Hopefully next split, the boys will come out, get a dub at the third major.
We did one win this year.
Yeah, I think we're going to get one win.
No team's winning every single major, but I just, I want us to get one and then go into champs looking fucking good.
I think we're getting one win this year. If I had it my way,
if we're going to win one major, I want it to be major 4 right in the champs.
Yeah.
Personally.
I think we're getting one this year with our team. I really do.
I sure hope.
But thank you guys. Yeah, R&L, Rich and Lonely, this is available until midnight tonight if you do want to pick something up. I know we've been pushing it all weekend, but if you do want to pick something up, we really appreciate it. Thank you guys to everyone that did buy some, everyone that came into the watch party, everyone that came in here showing love. You guys know we love you guys, man. I appreciate it. You guys showed energy all weekend. It was a long split, man. We got about 3 weeks off until the next one, and then we're going to start up those qualifier matches for the Toronto Major. So... yeah, we're back on April 12th. We'll be streaming in between then, obviously. On the Purple app right here, we'll be playing some ranked play, playing some COD, chopping it up until then. But we will see you. Am I on tomorrow? Absolutely not. I'm flying home, and I believe we are going out tonight. Hopefully I don't miss my flight. But, yeah, probably will not be on tomorrow. No way.
Thank you, guys, man. We'll see you guys back in Texas.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Thank you. Good night, guys.
Have a good rest of your weekend. Peace.